Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity in your personal lives, be it your work or your personal lives, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Aries, it's quite a busy month for a lot of us. We have Mercury that has gone retrograde, and it's retrograde the entire month till about 23rd of September. And we have an eclipse, we have an extra new moon, we have Jupiter. He's the king of gods, the ruler of Sagittarius, the planet of plenty and abundance. And he's going direct, moving, changing signs, and he's moving to Libra for about 13 odd months, and this is happening around the 10th of September. Now we're beginning the month for you, Aries, with a spectacular new moon that is there in a part of your chart that speaks about your day-to-day chores. It speaks about your life as we're going ahead, and it is also speaking about your health. And this is a time wherein the new moon, it's heralding. It's a time wherein that new moon is encouraging you to try out not just a new diet, but it's speaking about new ways of thinking, new ways of leading your life, maybe looking at your life really differently from the way that you have been. Maybe there have been a lot of changes recently, and maybe accepting them has been quite an issue. And now with this new moon coming about, it's making you look as to how it is that you deal with life, your conditioning, how it is that you go about in a day-to-day way in your life. Is there a sense of joy? Is there a sense of accomplishment? Or there's just that you're just simply dragging about and doing things which need to get done? And it's a time wherein that you have to be increase your efficiency, Aries, and you will be getting more conscious of little details that may have got missed earlier. It's a great time to be taking care of your health as well. It's a good time to be initiating a new diet, maybe something maybe a very different and a very healthy way of living. Less is more is what is indicated for you. Now Mercury is also retrograde, ironically, in the same part of your chart, and Mercury is all about travel. It's about communication. It is about anything that has to do with whether it is not just electronics, but buying any big ticket electronic item as well. And we know the Mercury drill by now. You ensure that your vehicles are spruced up, they are your warranties are in place, they are serviced, and the tires are in place. And try not to buy a heavy duty, especially a car, during a Mercury retrograde, because for you this is happening in this part of your chart. There could be some amount of a mixed communication or a mixed information that you could be getting that has to do around your health. Maybe you could be having a lot of conversations around this. Maybe you could be speaking with a lot of friends. Maybe you could be browsing the net a lot on the kind of diet that you should be having. And even though there is a new moon over here, and like I said, it's ironical that we also have a Mercury retrograde, it's not the best of the time to be starting something new, because there are chances that you will fall back to your old pattern. So the trick over here is to don't do anything really drastic. Take small steps. So if it's don't completely throw away everything that's lying in your kitchen and go and say, I'm completely going to be going organic or gluten free. Try and sort of be moderate about it. Replace a couple of things which are not, which can be replaced. So let go of, say, go easy on the sugar, go easy on the caffeine, lesser of things which are artificially flavored. So try and do these little changes rather than sort of saying that no, there's going to be absolutely no sugar, and there's absolutely going to be, I'm not going to have even a cup of coffee at all. Try and moderate it. And even as far as your health is concerned, try not to sort of, put targets which are crazily high and say that I am going to be achieving them, because it gets quite hard during a retrograde to sort of stick to them. Not to say you won't be able to do it. There's just chances that you'll fall back upon the same old pattern that may have been there before. We have Jupiter, and Jupiter is moving to it's changing signs after 12 months. It's from Virgo, it's moving on to Libra, and Zeus, Jupiter, that is also known as Zeus, he's a Greek god in mythology, and he's someone who ruled the sky, and he's the planet of abundance, he's the planet of plenty. And also the thing over here is what people don't really normally talk about is that too much also rots. So there has to be a balance with Jupiter sort of being over there. Jupiter is moving into your house of partnerships, and it's joining Venus, and it's a very beautiful time because this is also a house of your marriage, and it's a house of your business partnership as well. And you will find that there is a lot of a supportive energy around this. You'll find, when at work, that people are being supportive. You'll find your marriage being, finding a true partner in your marriage as well. You'll find your partner being extremely supportive of you. And this is also a time where that you could be doing some contractual agreements that could prove to be quite conducive for you. So that's brilliant as well. And it's this year, with Jupiter moving on to your and joining Venus into your house of partnership, it's also a year which can sort of solidify a partnership. So if you have been speaking with somebody, there are chances that you'll go ahead and you'll sign the papers, and it would be very beneficial for both of you. And relationships also, which are normally begun during this time, they prove to be quite successful and happy. And this also is if this speaks about an existing partnership that is there, and if things have not been going on well and it sort of absolves it, then it could be like a blessing in disguise, that you have sort of things just sort of come to an end, and everybody sort of parts ways very peacefully. And you could find yourself taking the role of quite the advisor and the consultant around this time. And it's just that there's a very lot of warm energy, a lot of expansiveness where partnership is concerned. For some of you who are running your own businesses, you'll find that you're into an expansion mode during this time. Around the 16th, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of behind the scenes activities. This is a house which rules research work, spirituality, and some amount of secrets and scandals as well. This is the place where we go and sort of undo ourselves. And because this is there's also Neptune that is there in this particular house, and with the lunar eclipse happening over here, it can be that something from the past sort of gets released. You finally come to peace with it, and it just gets done. And this is a time where it can, because it has to do with behind the scenes and it deals with subconscious, it's a time where you could be forced to sort of deal with things where you could have been ignoring, and they could just be swept under the carpet. And it's also that these could be the things that could be kept really hidden inside you, and they could just sort of surface and they could just bubble up, and you are sort of forced to acknowledge them. For some of you, it's important that you get in touch with your internal dreams, desires, even feelings. What is it that you really want out of life, and what is it, or which is the paths that you really want to take? Because this particular house, it really is also speaks about suffering without any really reason. You don't really have to sit and suffer and keep thinking about certain things which are either working, not working, but you're not sort of dealing with them. And at a subconscious level, because this rules also covers patterns and all, subconscious psychological patterns, they could get surfaced, and it's a good time to be dealing with them. If you can speak with a friend, someone whom you consider as a mentor, or take an advice, or speak with a consultant, maybe it could really help you give clarity as well. During this phase, don't be too worried if you're not sort of really keen to get out and go out and party, because you're going to be quite happy sitting and recharging your emotional batteries. Around the 23rd, we have thankfully Mercury that is going direct, and you can go ahead and you can buy things, you can go ahead and sign the contracts. Communication will turn out to be far more smoother. Around the 24th, we have Venus, and she's moving to your house of intimacy, sexuality, and joint finances. And this is a time where this can sort of come and intensify the emotional and sexual exchange which you have with another person. And in this transit, it's a time where you will get reminded of your own true needs. What is it that you really want from a relationship, from how it is that you or how it is that you deal with your own fears and your own vulnerabilities. And this also is a time wherein that with Venus being over there, you will be more cautious to sort of safeguard your relationship, and you, at the cost of even sort of sacrificing your own personal needs. And it's a time where you are sort of willing to there's this sense of unconditional love that you're willing to sort of give up even on your own personal happiness in order to see that person that you are with is happy as well. Around the 28th, we have your ruler Mars, and that is entering your house of reputation, career, accolades, and we already have Pluto over there. And this Mars transit over here, it speaks about a career change for some of you, specifically if you have your rising and your ascendant in Aries. This is more applicable for you, and it is a time wherein that maybe a lifestyle change is required. Maybe some of you could even be changing countries, some of you could be changing cities, and it is because Mars is over there, it could bring about some amount of turbulence. So the thing also is that try not to have the expectations too high, Aries. Not to say that something drastic is going to happen, but maybe what you have been expecting is way too really high. And it's really, you just need to sort of be more realistic about the expectations as to what is it that you want. And it is trying not to sort of get too impatient with people to whom you're reporting into. It can just bring about, make the people whom you report into, your bosses or authority figures, more inflexible. So try and sort of have more patience over here. We're ending the month with another spectacular new moon that is there in, again, your house of partnership. This seems to be ending on quite a great month. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.